Last time I reviewed the DOOGEE S98, a flagship rugged phone with an OLED screen, and I'm still very impressed with it. But today's start is equally impressive, the DOOGEE S98. It's also DOOGEE's newest flagship phone, and it is also a little different from other rugged phones. The DOOGEE S98 comes in the same large flat square box as the V20. When you open the lid, the package contains almost the same accessories as the V20 and is placed in the same place. There's a white pray bar that helps you open the SIM card slot and charging port. There's also an extra piece of anti-explosion film. The phone is pre-applied with a tempered film too. This charger is also a 33 Type-C charger. From the charging protocol compatibility, it should be the same charger as the V20. The only difference with the V20 is that there is no USB-C to A female cable in the box this time. The design of the rugged phone is like a human fingerprint. There are no two rugged phones in the world that are exactly the same. But the S98 is even more special. If you only look at the back, you won't even think it's a rugged phone. The back panel is very smooth to the touch and has a stitching design. Although it is still made of rubber, it looks like it's made of leather. It seems like the same phone used by business people. The most special thing is the camera module. Most other phones have the camera in the middle, but the S98 is different. It has a huge round screen in the middle of the back panel. Yes, it's really big, almost as big as my watch. This screen has the same function as the V20. You can check the time, or switch songs, or answer calls. But also, like the V20, there is no way to use the camera's preview. The S98 also has NFC and custom buttons, and the SIM card tray can be installed with 2 SIM cards or a micro SD card. Anyway, I think the design of S98 is even more special than the V20, and it is also very functional. The S98 uses a FHD plus LCD screen. The quality of the screen is not much better than other rugged phones. Of course, if you compare it with the V20, the gap may be even bigger. But the screen is not its strength. It is enough to ensure normal use. The important thing is that the system is Android 12 by default. The gesture animation is smooth and the UI has become good looking. Because the system update frequency of rugged phones is relatively low, so you want a rugged phone with Android 12. We suggest you buy the phone whose factory system version is Android 12, because they will really give you cross-version system update. As with other rugged phones, the S98 has Corning Gorilla protective glass plus a tempered film to protect the screen. It is enough to ensure that the screen will not be broken when dropped at a height of 1.5 meters. All ports are waterproof and IP68 and IP69K certified. The camera system of the S98 is the same as the V20, consisting of a 64 megapixel main camera, an 8 megapixel ultra-wide-angle camera, and a 20 megapixel night vision camera. The performance of this camera system is almost the same as the V20. Because the main camera doesn't have the same pixel 4-in-1 in auto mode as other phones, you get a clear, sharp photo most of the time. Even when you zoom in on a photo, you can still see very clear image details. The S98's night mode is almost no different from auto mode photos when taking in a well-lighted night scene. Only when the environment is very dark, you can see that the night mode photo will be slightly brighter. The ultra-wide-angle camera can help you capture a wider picture, but of course the quality of its photos is not as good as the main camera, especially at night when the light is not good. Finally, night vision camera has finally added the autofocus function. And while the V20 will remind you that you are out of focus by flashing the IR field light, the S98 will simply turn off the IR field light when it's out of focus. This directly eliminates the possibility of you taking blurry photos. DOOGEE V20 is using MediaTek Helium G96 processor. This is the first time we should see this processor. According to the result of bench test, Antutu bench scores 300,000 points. 3D Mark is close to 1,200 points. It seems that the GPU performance of this processor is similar to that of the Dimensity 700 processor of the V20. but the CPU performance is a bit worse. However, light mainstream games such as PUBG are stable at 40 FPS, and COD Mobile can even run at 60 FPS. The battery capacity is 6,000 mAh, which can stand by 432 hours or play games for 10 hours. It also keeps the good tradition of DOOGEE phone. 33-watt charging power is much faster than most rugged phones. And it also supports 15-watt wireless charging. Very good. From the V20 to the S98, DOOGEE has always come up with some interesting phones. If the V20 gives rugged phone users the option of an OLED screen, then the S98 is the rugged phone that allows more people to use the business style. It's so special that it's almost impossible to find a second rugged phone with a watch embedded in the back panel. This is Gizmochina. I'm Will. I'll see you next time.